There you go. There we go. You figured it out.
About to turn on to 0.
I need to share, copy link, send it to. How do we get salary caps at all? Like,
Hello, YouTube.
Some cities are broke.
Internet.
it's just so it's just so confusing. Who do you think the highest paid player on the Cardinals is?
The Cardinals?
Yeah.
Not even.
No, it's not even. Chandler Jones right now.
Oh, this year, yeah. But every other year. 27 million.
Diop owed 42 million.
Look at that. He's not pitching. Kendall Granger is coming in.
He was starter and now he's on. We'll have to pick him out of the park all the time.
They switched him to closer. This I think this is the first game.
No, I used to pitch him. He was my fifth all the time.
Sometimes just
YouTube Eli is here. Don't worry.
Wait, there he is.
like
We keep it like that. Wait, Eli, shoot him.
Anthony, you have to burn in. These chickens are really going to be loud.
Oh, yeah.
They're in the live.
We're in the middle of the wild.
We're out.
We're just out.
4 minutes. Who's on?
we're good.
Sorry. No, it's not close.
Everybody at home's like,
Yeah.
Wait, does this shake the camera?
What's the Go Hawks password?
Beast mode. Oh, wait.
They owe 6 players over 20 million.
neighbors are watching.
People on YouTube. Yeah, they go everyone.
Just hacking into the Wi-Fi.
It's probably my dad.
They're just like, I've been here for years.
DJ Humphries, I don't even know who that is.
DJ Humphries.
Oh, two. Here we go,
DJ
baby.
Humphries. Who is that?
I think it's an he sounds like.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Marlon Humphries. Yeah, me too.
Here we go, baby. Here's strike 3. He's coming in away.
It's an out.
98.
Hot corner. Oh yeah.
See, our infield's kind of stacked. I mean, we got Kyle, we got Evan White's a beast.
Dude, we're not stacked anywhere.
No, like I'm saying, like fielding wise.
Still not stacked.
Evan White's Gold Glove, JP's Gold Glove, Kyle's
I
basically Gold
forgot
Glove.
they got Rodney Hudson. That's a good
20 years
story.
ago.
That was the
Dude,
best
Kyle, he's still like top 5. What did you say?
He's great.
They definitely got better.
I would say he's
They
top
get
5
worse.
fielder.
They literally
Peace.
took a bunch of old guys and said, let's see what we can do.
Kyle, if you listen to this, man, I love you,
Revamp
man.
your career.
You're a beast.
They have Humphries. They have Hudson, Watt.
JJ's injury prone, so he can stay healthy for the next week.
Why are we already talking about the
I
NFC?
don't know.
We're already talking about the NFC West.
We got one person on. They want to hear it. We got a loyal listener right now.
Who is our one person?
Gabe Fram.
Comment if you're there.
2. Hey, all right, we got 2.
All right, welcome to the game chat.
Live on YouTube, baby.
It's showtime.
I say we just start it.
No, you can't start. So I have to play the intro music.
Oh, we got 2 people both left. They both left.
Wow, that sucks.
Actually said hi.
I'm embarrassed. Is he Aldridge retired? Yeah.
How many games
He did?
didn't he?
He had an irregular heartbeat.
I had one of
Why
those.
did he ever leave the Blazers? That was a bad move.
Yeah.
He didn't win a ship, right? They didn't win a ship when they got Aldridge, right?
Your Spurs?
No.
Yeah, that's
He was
what
like they're like
Wait,
replacing.
so when
him.
do you have something tonight?
Uh-huh.
When?
8.
So we gotta do the pod before 8.
7.
Before 7. You have something at 6?
All right.
Yeah.
I said we go
We're
late.
playing spike ball for
No, I said we just go. Wait, what time do you get home? You think?
10:30.
Game can't.
yeah, I don't want
want
to.
to that.
We're not doing it after. What was the other day? Was it Saturday morning?
1
We can wait till Saturday.
Hey, we
I said we go
Let's do
late.
it
man.
at 5.
We got 2 listeners.
What- if we're playing, we're not gonna play spike ball for
Leave
more
at
than.
5:30.
We're not gonna play spike ball for more than 2 hours.
Sid.
1:30. We're doing spike ball right after.
Do you want me to
that.
not go to my game?
So we'll go right from
Yeah,
spike
I
ball.
wanted not to go.
Spike ball here. Then we're doing the pod. Okay.
I'm
No,
not going to
whoa,
condition
whoa, whoa.
either. Wait, what's the pod again?
Just the draft.
2 down, baby. Here we go.
It's easy. We don't have to prepare anything for that. We had 3 people, then 2, then 1, now 0. Oh, back to 1. Don't leave.
Maybe we might have some condition.
Yeah,
Some
don't leave.
connection.
We're gonna start talking.
Freddie
like,
Galvin
a minute.
still
It'll be
lead.
just don't leave. Don't
Just
leave. Please.
That'd be so
Hold on.
fun.
We can leave. Just come back.
Hold on.
It'd actually be a really funny.
Yeah,
Really
really.
funny.
I'd leave if I would.
Yeah, if I saw reading.
Yeah, I mean,
We won.
That's a great win.
That's a good one.
We're down 0-2.
Is it a
We'll
double
come
header?
back on 1 or 2. Now we got one more.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3,
Oh my god.
2,
nervous.
1. Blog Talk Radio. This is a Open Talk Radio 313 Flash production.
I've never heard this one before. I feel like we're in a good teen comedy.
that's the goal. This is a team comedy show.
Uh-huh.
So welcome back, everybody. Game Chat Podcast. We're live. It is April 15th, noon Pacific. We're in Bothell, Washington. We are on YouTube at the Game Chat Podcast, live on Open Talk Radio 313 The Flash. We got the whole squad here. How many of there is this? Seven of us. Going through the NFC West and I guess some road trip snacks. I don't know how we're going to do that. Do we want to do a draft, or I'm just thinking maybe a list would be we each give our. I feel like a draft might be a good loss.
Yeah. So we just go.
Well, picks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. That's 20 minutes down there. Yeah, we're just watching the Mariners on the back deck. Looks like they won 4-2. Pretty good win for the Mariners.
Tommy's the one guy on.
My man. My man.
Tommy
What do you think?
Cease?
No.
Tom Fields.
Oh, Tom Shields.
He said I'm the only one on. Oh, now there's two people.
Hey!
What a great. Oh, it's. Oh, that's great. All right. Hey, but we don't know how many people are watching or listening on.
Probably
Probably
not.
1,000. Probably like 600
I know.
max.
100,000.
Hey, but that's more than the people talking. So
That is true. No, 6 would be less.
Oh yeah. Two.
Oh, 3! 9.
Wow.
Wow. Are you on your
great.
phone too? No, I'm on my phone. No, I'm just kidding.
Monitoring the chat.
Donovan's the other one.
Donovan Ness. All right, that's awesome. Okay, NFC West. Let's start with the not last place, but we're gonna say the 49ers because last place.
Don't break my heart.
We are going to the Arizona Cardinals. All right, off season for the Arizona Cardinals. Couple big moves. First one, 2-year contract with J.J. Watt. Do you guys think what are your guys' thoughts about J.J. Watt? Because I personally don't think this is as big of a deal as it. Obviously, not as big of a deal as it would have been, 4 or 5 years ago. But I don't know. How much do you guys think he impacts this team?
I think he's still good. I think that if you can get 10 games out of him for both seasons, I think it's a win for them. I mean,
10
he's
each
just
season or 10
yes,
combined?
10 each season.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
he's just injury prone. He's very old. I mean, if we're 30 and above, they pretty much said we'll take you. Like that. Cardinals, they threw money at people that they could. Yeah. I think JJ will be good for him though.
I think his main contributing is freeing up Chandler Jones and kind of giving Chandler as much one-on-ones as possible.
I think Chandler Jones is him coming back is a very under. I don't think people realized how good he was, and then he just totally missed all of last season. Because I think he led the league in sacks in 2019. So he just wasn't playing last year. And then I think we've talked about this before. The Cardinals, their best part of their team last year was their defense.
Yeah.
Their offense was bad, and yeah, I think you're right. It frees up Chandler Jones. I don't know. JJ Watt's not going to put up big numbers this late in his career.
I mean, I think the biggest question marks are running back. They signed James Conner, right? That was the other day. I mean, they let go of Kenyon Drake, and
He was good.
I mean, yeah, but he had. I mean, the end of the year before, he was kind of turning it up, but
Also, I don't know how much Drake was making, but they got Connor pretty cheap.
no, yeah. But I mean, if you can't run, they're not gonna be able to run the ball, and I think that's really easy to stop as an offense. I mean, Kyler Murray can run, obviously, but I think if you stop Kyler, their offense is. I mean D-Hop, but you got it's not. It's not
D-Hop.
it's
Yeah,
just
just
that
guys.
one.
Yeah.
You can double him. You can double him though.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they have 16, I think they pick at, so right in the middle of the draft. we're gonna do a mock draft pod later today, so we don't have to go too far in depth in this. But do you guys think it's gonna be like there? I feel like 16's too early to take a running back in this draft class.
Yeah.
I shouldn't take a running back in the first round.
I mean, they
Yeah,
lost
that's-
Patrick Pearson.
I think corner.
Maybe someone can replace him.
One. You know, Caleb Farley, he'll probably drop the back injury.
I think they probably take a running back later in this draft, though.
Mhm.
I don't. You think they roll with James Conner and Chase Edmonds?
No, I bet they take a running back and then interior defensive line probably.
Okay.
With that being said, I think there should be Chase Edmonds backfield. I think that what he does complements what Kyler Murray wants to do on the offensive side. I don't think James Conner's going to be their lead.
Yeah, I agree.
It shouldn't be.
They also added Malcolm Butler. They added a lot of
I
weird.
was gonna say that they had Malcolm Butler.
Rodney Hudson.
Okay, that's another thing I want to talk about. Rodney Hudson and a 7th round pick for a 3rd round pick. That is a steal. I don't know how old is Rodney Hudson. Does anyone know?
He's 33, 32. He's older.
So he's not going to be there long term, but he's definitely.
I mean, his offensive line
31.
can last a
Yeah.
little bit, but
Especially the interior ones because they have the help from the
Yeah,
guards.
so he's got-
So it's not like he's being ISO'd
Yeah, I
against
thought it was.
No,
Nick Bosa or
no.
whatever.
He's got what you think? 5 years left.
Maybe
Rodney Hudson
Max,
at
I'd say
34.
5 good years.
He's
probably.
31. He's 31.
31.
He'll be 32 by the end of this year, though.
Give him 5 years.
They got
Yeah,
AJ
5,
Green
6
too.
years. Okay, AJ Green. I don't think that's.
I don't
doing
think that's
anything.
nothing,
a
but
decoy.
Yeah, exactly. All right, record prediction for this team. Does this team make the playoffs?
No.
no.
No chance.
We talked about this on the pod. I think. I don't believe in Cliff Kingsbury. That's my problem.
Because the team got better. They you look at they didn't lose a big guy. I mean, they lost Kenyon, but then they got him.
Yeah,
bunch
and
of
Kenyon
guys.
wasn't even.
I think
healthy.
if they don't make the playoffs, he's out.
Yeah, I think
he should be out. I don't know if he will, but I think if they don't make the playoffs,
you're playing. You have to play 6 tough games in your division, and then you got. I don't know. You got a couple other games.
I think
so look at their
a
schedule.
lot of other divisions they would make the playoffs easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not a bad team. They just have to play 3 really good teams twice.
Yeah.
Who's the worst
those
division in
teams
NFC
getting
this
better.
year?
Here are the Cardinals' opponents. They have Rams, Niners, Seahawks,
Giants,
obviously home and
yeah.
away. They play the Packers, Vikings, Texans, Colts, Panthers at home. Texans is an easy win.
Yeah.
But the rest of those are all tough.
Their road schedule is pretty easy. Other than the division,
I think they beat the Panthers.
I agree.
I think so too. I hear you.
Bears, Lions, Jaguars, Titans, Cowboys on the road.
Bears,
The Titans and Cowboys are tough games, but Bears, Lions, Jags are all going to be pretty bad.
They might be able to beat the Titans if they slow down Henry because
Right.
They got the D-line. Yeah.
That's a fair schedule.
There's 17 things the Browns as well.
That'll be a good game.
10-7, 9-8. I think maybe they sneak into 7th spot.
That's so really
For the
17.
17th.
Yeah, I was like,
I think it's possible for sure, but this team's got a. Yeah, I think this is the year for Cliff. This is his 3rd year. 3rd year with Kyler too. Like you've had the same quarterback, the guy that you wanted, the guy that they traded to get.
D-Hop.
You have D-Hop. That's the thing though, is you didn't even give up a lot. Like you can be like, oh, you traded for D-Hop.
David
but
Johnson.
yeah, you
Give
gave
Johnson the second round there.
nothing. No, I kind of agree with what you're saying. Like, I think if they miss the playoffs, you gotta let go of Cliff because now the rebuild or whatever is done. Like Kyler's in his 3rd year. This is no excuses.
We're talking about how the Panthers gave up more for Darnold than the Texans got gave up for D-Hop. Like they gave up a 2nd, 4th, and a 6th. So that I think it's a
pretty
bigger
close.
haul than David Johnson.
You also have to pay D-Hop, which they gave him $27 million a year. So
That's the thing. It's better that they got
nobody wants to pay
something.
that for wins.
It's
Yeah.
better that they got something rather than just letting his contract run out and someone else just swoops in. But
Yeah.
still,
They
yeah,
did it
Johnson,
they could have gone.
All right, probably the favorite for most people in this division, Los Angeles Rams. They have traded. Well, the biggest move this offseason was trading for Goff and 3 draft picks. Was it 3 first-rounders?
2 firsts.
2 first, like a conditional.
2 first and a 3rd for Jared Goff, along with paying $24.7 in dead money for Matthew Stafford. Where would you guys? We've talked about this trade many times, but where would you rank Stafford in comparison to Goff? Like, how much better did they get from going from Goff to Stafford?
I think. Go ahead.
I think a lot of people after he got traded was like, oh, Matthew Stafford's a top 10 quarterback. I think Stafford's a little like around 11, 12 right now.
We're gonna do this later in the offseason. We're gonna rank every starting quarterback because I want to get a defense. We always like, yeah.
I would say Goff's for like 20, around 20.
And Stafford's 12.
Yeah.
How many quarterbacks are you taking over Stafford? You like Stafford.
I'm a Stafford fan.
I like his arm talent.
This is gonna be. I mean,
He's
this
also
is.
got a lot of experience, but I don't think he fits the Rams offense. That's my problem with this trade.
I think it's just gonna look so awesome in those blue and like butter stripes.
Yeah,
It's just
They love doing that jersey swap right now. It's all Matthew Stafford. in
Why
that
doesn't he fit in the
jersey.
Rams offense?
because they want to run the ball, and that's not what Stafford's been doing. He's been out there throwing the ball 40, 50 yards down the field, and that's just, I don't know, it doesn't fit the Rams to me. I think of Cam Akers. I think of them running the ball, pounding the ball, and then play action. So I think Stafford's going to have to refine the game a lot to work with this play action game and what the Rams want to do with Sean McVay. So I just think it's going to be different than the Matthew Stafford that we've seen with the Lions. I think it's going to be completely different.
yeah, but I think he's also gonna have help finally.
No, I do too. I think it's going to help them.
I mean, he did have Megatron for 10 years.
Yeah, but he never had a competent head coach.
I think it's also going to be valuable now that the Rams have someone with a strong arm that can throw it like a lot. Like, yeah, I know that's not really their game type, but they still have. I mean, they got Woods and Cup. They have pretty good receivers, and Goff wasn't really one to throw big passes. So if they ever need, if they're ever in a pinch and they need to make those big passes, like now they have someone who can do it comfortably.
Right.
I think something that's under talked about this offseason, like, yeah, their offense gets better because Stafford is an upgrade over Goff, however much you think it is. Maybe it wasn't worth all those picks, but I think their defense got worse.
Yes,
They lost
That's their number 2 corner, right?
Troy Hill and
Yeah.
John Johnson, their safety. He was he is very good, John Johnson. Like,
Yeah.
he killed the Seahawks at least.
He got paid too.
He definitely got paid. And they also lose their defensive coordinator, who was like one of the hottest coordinators in the market. And I don't know, they re-signed Leonard Floyd, paid him a lot of money. They still have Ramsey, they still have Donald. Even though Donald, you see that like sexual, or was it a sexual assault?
No,
or
he
just
fought a
assault?
man. He fought a man outside of a club. Dude's face is busted open.
Aaron Donald.
Reportedly, Aaron Donald and his bodyguard beat him up. So
His
what comes out of
bodyguards.
it, I think he's going to be playing this year. I don't
Probably.
How does that guy need
I was
bodyguards?
going to say, Aaron Donald might be the only guy on the planet where his bodyguard is smaller than him.
He's being sued and assaulted.
Well,
I have a question. Would you rather have the Panthers pick at 8 or Matthew Stafford?
Stafford. Not even close.
In their situation,
Yeah, and the
If you're the Rams,
yeah.
Yeah, what are we talking about? If you're the Rams,
Let's say, do you think if they give up that haul for the 8th pick, do you think that'd be interesting? To
Do you think a quarterback's
no
gonna
one
fall that far?
drafting, no one they can draft there is gonna help them as much as Stafford.
Yeah.
if they were planning for
Yeah.
the future, I get it, but they need to win now.
I think
they're paying these defensive guys now.
They have a lot.
I think
of
in this
money.
draft, Stafford's probably worth like the second pick.
I would take Zach Wilson over Stafford.
You take Zach Wilson.
If you're
over
building,
Matthew
not if you want to
Stafford.
win.
Yeah.
You want to win now.
Right
You're
now,
taking Stafford.
If you're the
they're
Rams,
paying everybody.
If they're the Rams,
Oh, if that was the Rams, yeah, I'd probably take Stafford.
That's where we're at.
You said
that was the.
But if I'm the Panthers, I'd rather have the.
They are paying a lot of guys.
No, 100%. They need to win now.
they don't have a cap.
I mean, they have
if
Johnny.
they don't win the
Hecker.
next 2 years, they're
Sean McVay look
Don't
back.
Johnny Bates.
It's
gonna
going
be
to be 5 this year as a punter.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, good Johnny.
Get your money, but
They have like they have 8 mil, so they're not under or over the cap.
How?
Really.
Who are their top guys that
Well,
they're paying?
Stafford's cap hit this year is 20. Donald's is 14. But Donald's is probably going to go up. His dead cap's like 36. Same with Ramsey. Ramsey's cap is 9.7, but his
That's
cap.
cap guy. 45.
big cap.
So I mean, yeah.
Makes the
You're looking at
Donald
overthecap.com.
What?
Spot draft.
Spot rag. Sometimes the
No, for
numbers
sure.
are different, so we kind of just like stick with spot rag. But so I think
Higbee's the 5th most.
What's
Higbee's
Whitworth?
7.5. Whitworth is only 5.6.
Really?
Leonard,
Rob Havenstein.
They just
is
did those
8.3.
like restructures.
Jalen Ramsey might be in for some money.
But they just paid, so they got that on the whole.
Okay.
They owe
Wait.
$32 million to Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just signed him 4 year, whatever it was. But they need him for Aaron Donald's sake.
Here's where it's going to get interesting. They only have 8 mil left in cap, and right now Jalen Ramsey's cap is 9.7, but next year it goes up to 23.
Yeah, it's kind of a butterscotch of a situation. I Someone told me to say butterscotch, so I win.
I already worked it out.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I said butterscotch and blue union.
You did.
Ah, dang.
I was
Really?
way ahead of you.
I didn't even
I
see the
worked it
text.
actually.
I'm not on my phone the entire
I'm
live
looking
show.
at the cap.
Yeah.
Anyway, they have to figure something out because next year Jalen Ramsey's contract alone is going to put them negative. Yeah, probably Donald as well.
No, they need to win now, and that's why they've got Stafford. So I think this is going to hurt.
So this is another situation. This is another team, Cardinals and Rams.
What's Stafford's deal around?
They're also
like
paying,
how long is
they're
it?
also
2 years,
paying
I think it's
Goff.
2 years.
Yeah, they still have to pay Goff. That's one thing I think a lot of people don't think about. I know we've talked about it in the podcast before, but like trading all those picks, like they basically threw in an extra pick just like for Goff's contract.
Yeah.
Let's see. Stafford this year his cap hit is 20, next year it's 23.
He's a free agent.
And he's a free agent.
2 years. Win now.
And if they don't win within, like if they don't win during that time,
They have to go into rebuild.
right?
Because, I mean, the only person that have is Cam Akers. That's
Jalen
it's,
Yeah, Ramsey, Donald, Cup, and Woods are all been. They're
How old's
dealing with that for
Ramsey?
4 years.
26, 27?
He's pretty young. Yeah,
He's younger than I thought.
Yeah, he's only
gonna
drafted like, what,
get
4 years
paid,
ago?
though.
yeah, exactly. Okay, bottom line, Rams. Where do we? Do you guys feel like the Rams are in like that Super Bowl contenders tier? Because every power rankings you see in this offseason when they do tiers, it's like Super Bowl contenders are always Packers, Bucks, Chiefs, and usually the Rams are in
I
there.
don't know. I think it's hard just because he's the first quarterback on a new team, and
Yeah.
usually they don't do well unless you're Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the reason I don't think they shouldn't be in that conversation.
What do you guys think?
I don't have him in Super Bowl.
It could be.
I just think it's such. There's like all you can see all four, or maybe not the Cardinals winning the division. I think the winner of that division is a Super Bowl contender, but I don't know who it's going to be.
They also might just we all might be too beat up that we are not able to win. I think that's what happened last year. A little bit of it, at least.
I think, yeah, the year before, too.
Okay. Anything else on the Rams? No? It's Cam Akers' backfield, right? Is there anything
No.
else? We're kind of talking about
Henderson.
fantasy.
No.
Is it just Henderson? But you don't like Henderson.
He's terrible.
That's true. But McVay likes it.
Akers got like 20 carries in the playoffs.
What about Malcolm Brown? He's
He's
still there.
gone.
You got Deshaun Jackson.
They did pick up Deshaun Jackson.
Speed stick.
He's still in the Josh Reynolds room.
Yeah.
They lost. Where did Josh Reynolds end up going?
I'm trying to remember his conversation with Matthew.
I remember Matthew talked about it.
Where'd he go?
We wanted us to get him.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll look it up.
San Francisco 49ers. Obviously, the big trade to get to the number 3 pick from 12. Titans, by the way. Titans. Okay. Obviously, the trade to get it to number 3. What did you guys give up in that process?
2 first, 2022, 2023, and third or fourth. 1, 2.
Okay. To move up to 3. We can talk about that on the mock draft pod more, like what they should do at 3, what's going to happen at 3. I'm trying to, what else did you guys do this offseason? You re-sign Trent Williams.
That's on our team before.
Let Sherm go.
Let Sherm go.
Well, nobody signed him. So.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think so.
Maybe he'll come back on a veteran deal.
Anything
Seahawks.
else?
Did they get Verrett, or have you already
Yes,
had Verrett?
we pretty much signed everybody besides Sherm and Solomon Powell.
And you got that guy from the
And then
Falcons.
the guy we gave you guys, Kerry Hyder.
And
Did you get
re-signed
the
the
Falcons?
tackle.
The Falcons.
And Witherspoon. Witherspoon, too.
So you just re-signed a bunch of guys.
Yes.
You didn't really do anything.
You got
Yeah,
Matt.
I'm good.
Alex Matt.
Alex Mack.
That's a big signing.
That was a good
We
sign.
needed that.
Yeah.
And use check.
Used.
Sorry. So okay, in terms of number 3 pick, because I feel like that's all we got. Like all we need to talk about with the Niners.
Big quarterback.
Yeah, they're taking the quarterback. But is it? Wow, has the second game already started? Oh no. Is Jones? No matter what, if they take Mac Jones, is it a waste of a trade?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I see
Mac
it.
Jones is like, he's basically Jimmy Garoppolo.
It's kind of like
You could get Mac at 12. That's my problem.
it's kind of like the Daniel Jones thing. Like, yeah, it was the better pick, but you probably didn't have to trade up all the way to 6, or you didn't have to take him at 6.
We could definitely get him at 12.
Yeah, I don't know
I don't
what
see
it
why they
does.
wouldn't take Fields if he's there.
I would take Fields.
How much you guys?
I think Fields or Lance.
I would definitely take
I'm
Fields.
okay with Lance.
Fields was the number 2 quarterback the whole year, and then the draft process started going. Everyone was Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I don't know
And
why.
Fields just fell all the way down to 4,
Right.
maybe even 5.
But even if it doesn't work out with Fields or Wilson, if they take one of those two, I think the trade up is like it's worth that risk.
Yeah.
Because if you take Mac, he's just Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, he can't run, so it's,
Like I don't see the point in that.
Would you rather have Mac or Jimmy? If you're the Niners this year.
They're the same Jimmy because he's been in the system.
I think it's entertaining.
And then I guess Mac is your like I don't the Mac to me would be a safety option for Jimmy G.
yeah.
Like he doesn't elevate the team at all. So then
No.
you went from 12 to 3 for safety, like a safety valve.
For a younger Jimmy
And if
Garoppolo.
you, right, I feel like Shanahan would be able to scheme around Fields a lot more than Jones.
100%.
He's a good coach.
Yeah.
He's a great coach. So
I don't. Everyone's like, oh, you don't want to have the guy that can create plays. Like, why would you? What do you mean? Like, what's?
I'm
It makes no sense.
And like you can kind of understand, hey, you got like if you have like a big number one wide receiver. I mean, you got Kittle, but you don't have like these superstars all around Mac Jones, and you got guys who you could have got. You could have gotten Darnold. I mean, they tried to. You could have gotten Kirk Cousins. You could have gotten them for that. I mean, you could have gotten better guys or proven guys for the same.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Niners.
I didn't realize. So their cap's 2.8. I didn't realize his dead cap was that low.
How many years left does he have on his deal?
I'd cut
This
him.
year and one more.
I'd cut him.
I don't think they re-sign him. Maybe
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
why they
his-
take Mac. Is
His
that
cap
they
barely
want.
goes up.
I still don't
Just take
think.
Fields
I
down.
still don't think that's a valid.
His cap goes up by 700,000.
Yeah, we don't owe him any money until week 1. So
Would you rather have Lance or Fields though? You said you were Fields.
I'd rather Fields. But if we take Lance, I'd like Jimmy to start this year. But it's a tough conversation
Yeah, I think so.
because Lance and Mac Jones have started the same amount of games. So the people that say Mac Jones is NFL ready, he started the same amount of games.
Okay, that's my question. I was listening to a
Makes no sense.
podcast today. They're like, "Oh, the biggest concern with Trey Lance is that he hasn't started enough games." Like Mac Jones is pro ready. That makes no sense to me. It literally makes no sense.
17 games they both have under their belt. And
It's because he's a pocket passer. And
it's because he's white
so
too.
like he's more mature. He has 2 DUIs. So
yeah.
You guys know that Mac Jones has 2 DUIs. Yeah,
none of that.
and he's the most mature quarterback in this.
everybody portrayed him as he's
He got 4 first rounders as on his wide
Yeah.
receivers.
I've been telling these guys this before. Like I've never been a big like. I was always like, when people brought in the race combo for quarterbacks, I was like, oh, I don't know, that might be. But this whole conversation around Mac Jones, and Justin Fields, and Trey Lance.
It's because he looks like Tom. He looks like Tom Brady.
I think Mac Jones. Yeah, they're like, oh, Mac Jones, like he's this white pocket passing quarterback. He can't do anything else.
like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, and so he's
out of
got. So
shape.
he has to be pro ready because he's a pocket passer. But because Justin Fields can run a 4.4.
He's
He's not a pocket
He's raw.
passer. Yeah, Trey Lance. Oh,
not pro
because he
ready.
can run over linebackers. I don't know if he's ready to go in the pros. Like I don't know. It's pissing me off, honestly.
it's the same situation with the Mitchell Trubisky thing. You saw Mahomes and you saw Deshaun Watson drop, and here comes Mitchell Trubisky at number 3, and he's the most pro ready. But he also only started 17 games when he came in to be the Chicago Bears quarterback. And we all know
That's
what
the
happened there.
trend with quarterback draft busts. It's quarterbacks that start 1 year and they have good stats, and then they come in and then they get like Dwayne Haskins, Trubisky. They both were 1 year starters, and then they come in. They are supposed to be the best. Not just the best prospect, but the most ready prospect, and then they do nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think Mac Jones is going to have a good career.
Okay, 49ers prediction, Mitch. How far do you have this team going?
I mean, I see them as like a
Louder.
6 seed. I see them as like a 6 seed.
Winning the division, but getting in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You think they can make a run?
They could if they stay healthy.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing with this team, right?
What about Ayuk? Did he like perform to expectations? You
Yeah, I
think?
think he did fine.
You miss Buckner?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, but it's just problem is we decided to pay Armstead instead.
Yeah. That's,
I
I was thinking
obviously it
Armstead.
sucks, but we had to pay one. So.
What else do you think this team? Where do you guys have a second rounder?
Yeah, we have most of it.
All right,
9 picks. I think we have like 3.
all right. Let's move on to Seahawks. Last team in our rebuilding series. What have we done this offseason? We have
We're good one, actually.
we still have Russell
Not the
Wilson.
Niners, the Raiders.
Yeah, Gabe
Yeah.
Jackson.
Gerald Everett.
Gerald Everett. We have a new offensive coordinator. We
Two guys
released,
from the Niners.
yes, Akeller Witherspoon and who else? Kerry Hyder. We released Carlos Dunlap, then signed Carlos Dunlap back.
Cool.
We re-signed Chris Carson. We extended Tyler Lockett.
Alden
You
Smith.
don't like that deal?
No.
Okay, tell us why you don't like the Tyler Lockett deal.
What was it? 8 a year?
Yeah, can you pull up that Tyler Lockett?
How much a
Anyway.
year?
I think
He's
it's
a
8.
14.
It's 8, right?
17.
A year?
Yeah,
year.
17 a
He's
year.
like he's
year.
the 8th highest paid wide receiver.
Fourth
Right,
highest, yeah.
right above Mike
Wait.
Evans.
What?
4 years, 69 million. Average salary is 17.25.
He's the 8th
Oh,
highest. paid
no,
wide
but
receiver.
it's 32 guaranteed, though, right? It's not.
37.
Yeah, so
37 guaranteed.
okay. He's 28. Only reason I don't like this deal is because he's 28. If I said this earlier, if he was 26, then yeah, that feels perfectly fine. But with the way that he gets open and like how he works as a receiver, I don't think he can. He's like Doug Baldwin. Doug Baldwin retired at like 30 something.
And he also had a really bad second half. Of
No, and the thing is,
Use
it's
him.
always every year he has this like lingering injury from middle of the season, and then he just quiet for the rest of the time. Every single year, it's so
And
frustrating.
his stats look good because he has like 3 games where he goes for like
No, and that's
250
always
yards.
in the beginning of the year.
And, like
And
the
then he
Cardinals
gets hurt.
game, the overtime
And then he
game,
gets hurt.
he had like what, 270 yards?
I think it's like 200.
I just hope it's not. Oh, we pay Tyler Lockett, now we can't pay DK, and then DK.
Nah,
is
we'll
gone.
pay DK too long of a deal for Lockett.
There's a potential out after 2023. Guys eat 14 in dead cap. Which might not be worth it, even if he's not that great. But his cap hit for 2021, because it's a 4-year, but it goes to 25, I think, just because it was an extension. So this year, his cap hit's 9, and it goes to 10, and then to 17, and then after that potential out, it goes to 24 and 24.
33 years old is when he's done.
Yeah, I'm worried that we're gonna regret this in
Our,
2 years.
our owed money, we owe Russ 58, and then we owe Tyler 39. Then after that, we owe one other guy with Bobby over 10. So we're thinking.
Yeah, but Jamal, we're gonna have to pay Jamal and
Yeah.
DK, and Russ is gonna want a new contract in 2 years. So
I don't know. You think we're going to pay Russ like the most though? Like, I don't know if we're going to pay him.
you don't think he's gonna ask for the most?
I don't think Russ wants to be here anymore.
years?
So he's just
I don't think he's going to be
I
up
think
for
we're going to
2
pay him
years.
like
50 million.
it's going to be like upwards of 40.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think he's going to
2
turn
years
a
will
team.
be 50.
I don't think we'll re-sign him. I don't think he's going to want to re-sign. I think
You
we
don't think
will
he's
want
gonna
to.
want to resign?
Reach us to Rusty.
I'm not rushing. No, I said I don't think he's going to want to re-sign.
He's gonna want 50 million a year. So you guys are willing to pay that? That's up to you guys. But
Did we already talk about Alden Smith? We signed
Yeah,
him?
so Alden Smith signs him today. He's had a
Up and down
tough,
career.
tough life in the NFL.
you can do a documentary on all of them.
Yeah, for real. Oh man, we're not connected.
Hey, I mean, we took a flyer on Dunlap.
Yeah.
I mean,
You cut him and got him for a lot cheaper too. So
I say go for it. I mean, his potential is through the roof. So I say go for it. I mean, he had a fine year at the Cowboys. He
5
didn't, do,
sacks.
he didn't do great, but he didn't do bad.
Who are our pass rushers now? They're who?
We got a lot of.
Harry Hyder had 10 sacks last year for the Niners, so he's really good. You guys
Hyder.
are stealing that one.
Hyder, we have Mayoa.
We let
Collier.
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 No, we signed
We
him.
signed for Al.
Re-signed Al Woods too.
Oh, we got it. I think he was on the team.
And the only guy we lost really was Jaron Reed.
Oh, yeah, that's
I was fine with that Jaron Reed. I think the Chiefs way overpaid for Jaron Reed.
Yeah.
I think
him
they-
and well, they didn't pay it.
They like Seahawks defense.
for Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much did they pay him? Like 10?
Who?
Jaron Reed. I think like 12.
Yeah. But it's just-
Really?
yeah.
I think I would rather have Clowney than.
I think the Smith signing though kind of. I don't think we're getting KJ right now. I think this kind of.
Is KJ still free agent?
Yeah.
KJ, I think KJ was gone. Well.
That was so funny when he was like, it's like, I know how much I'm worth. And
He
it's
wants
like,
to get paid, but he's so old.
how does it, who's going to pay?
Browns, probably.
What do you say?
Jaron Reed is on.
Oh, wow.
You got.
That's it on the Chiefs?
I didn't we get
He
that?
also it's 5.5, but he has 5 guaranteed.
There you go.
So
Probably smiled at that.
yeah, he doesn't have to do anything.
he kind of sucked the last 2 years.
No, he's been bad. I did. KJ Wright. Yeah, how much does he think he's going to get? How old is he? 32?
33, something like
He's
that.
got to be older. I think he's like 34.
Yeah, that cracked me up that he's wanted all that money and then he's still unsigned. It's like, all right, yeah, how many times are gonna?
He can't catch.
Did
How
you
many
guys, who did
teams
Reed
have
say they signed? The
31.
linebacker? Why do you think they're not getting?
No,
getting
I
that?
said that. I said I think Smith. I think we're gonna move Taylor, who we picked last year, to
Oh.
Sam. And I think I don't know. I think we signed so many defensive ends. I think getting another one kind of says like, hey, we're gonna move one to Sam.
I think they
Or
really
Brooks.
believe in Brooks.
I think Brooks is a good
I
player.
like
Yeah, I like them too.
I think they're gonna move one of those, either Taylor or Brooks to Sam.
He's a
and
large
then
guy.
kinda
I don't.
Hope worth.
It's not worth it to pay KJ if he wants to
Yeah.
come back on a.
It's like 3.
Yeah, then whatever. But he says he's not taking a
It's like
hometown
7.
discount. So no shot.
I don't think we have enough for 7.
He's done this before where his contract's and he's like, oh, I'm worth.
Like, he's good, and
He had a great
he
year
has
last
a lot
year.
of experience and leadership, but I mean,
We're not gonna give him
I
10.
don't know.
The Seahawks also play a certain defense that like not a lot of other teams play, where like the
Yeah.
linebackers have a very specific role, and I think other teams are just like, okay, you're 33, pretty slow, and you've been playing in the same defense your entire career. Like we don't want to give you $10 million to come play for us. Like I don't know, it just doesn't make a ton of sense. So
I
And
could
we-
see maybe like the Jaguars, like someone like a horrible team, like paying him a lot to come.
Yeah. I think the paying a lot time has already kind of passed. I think it's kind of,
he's not making one.
and I think the Brooks pick is kind of,
That was
Not
to
gonna-
replace
I hope
him.
we sign Sherm.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
League
I agree.
minimum.
I agree.
That would be cool.
I think the Chris Carson deal was really underrated too. I did not
Yeah.
think we're going to get him back, and I think that makes me feel a lot more comfortable about our backfield having Chris Carson
Yeah,
back.
thanks to all the rest of the running backs not getting a deal.
Yeah,
Sherm was at. Did you see that Sherm was at dinner with Bobby? I think it was a couple nights ago. I mean, he does. I think does he still live here? I'm pretty sure he still lives here. Though.
Sure.
Another
Yeah, he's here during those.
another big help for our defense is we get Blair back, and then Adams was kind of in that Sam role that first game before Blair tore his ACL.
Mhm.
And then getting back and putting him at safety helps a lot too. I think.
I think Sherm role wise, I mean, I still think he's a great player. You can never put him on an island. He's going to get burned. He's older. I mean, we all know that at this point. But scheme wise, if you put him in a zone spot, I think he's still one of the best corners.
That's
in the
what
league at that.
Sal runs.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
So putting him 1-on-1 is not going to be his suit. So he's going to go somewhere where he knows he can play his little zone thing where he flourishes at it. So
might be Seahawks cornerback 1 if he's
Who's our other corners? Witherspoon?
Ryan Neal.
Oh, Neil's at corner now.
Didn't he play that at the end of the season for
Trey
us?
Flowers.
Oh,
He was
man, I
at
thought you were
Witherspoon.
safety.
Witherspoon is good if he stays healthy.
He's corner.
DJ
right?
Reed
Body.
DJ Reed actually did. He
He was also
blew
good.
expectations.
and Witherspoon.
Body.
Yeah, two old 49ers.
Economy Fence said, "What's that bird singing in the background?"
Oh.
I wish we knew.
We
what
need some
bird.
expertise.
there?
Yeah. We need the expertise here.
Tell us, Derek
I think
or
it's
Chad, whichever one of you guys is listening. All right, predictions for the Seahawks. Brandon, you can sign this one. Do we want to just give our NFC West standings like in order? Where do you think?
Oh, that's so tough.
How
I
many
think
teams
Cardinals
make,
are
maybe how
last.
many teams make the playoffs in the NFC
I
West?
say 3,
You think 3?
and I say
I hope
Cardinals.
3.
Miss.
I
I
say
mean-
2. 3's just a lot for one.
3's a
division.
lot. But
It's-
there is 7 spots now, so that's one thing. But you have to look at the other divisions. Who else gets in? Because do we think the Saints are going to tank? That's.
I think only one from the East makes it.
Okay, well, obviously only one.
Yeah,
from the East.
one from the East.
I think
One
2 from the. I think one from the North.
It's
I don't think
Saints,
two make it.
Vikings, and
Green Bay.
Bears. So Bears are going
Maybe-
to get the division.
Maybe
He's saying the
Dallas or
wild card.
Wild card
Oh.
spots. Who's going to get the wild card?
You think
spots?
Bears will make the playoffs?
He's saying who are the borderline
Yeah,
teams?
who
It's
the borderline
Vikings,
teams
the
that make
Bears,
the wild card?
the Vikings, Bears, Saints,
Oh,
Cowboys,
I think
football
those
team,
3 are in contention.
Cowboys, football team.
Cowboys might just because Dak.
You think Cowboys and football team are going to be?
I think one of them wins the division. One of them has one of them could have a shot.
Yeah, I don't think they have a shot.
I
I
don't
think whoever
think-
gets that division, I think.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think whoever's in second.
Well, I think the football team might have a good record just because of the division.
That's
Like,
so
I,
they
think
win the
I
division.
think they might go 4-0
But he's saying
against
the
the
Cowboys
Eagles and
do.
Giants.
The Cowboys and the Eagles might both go.
And then you still the Giants. They Jack, you like
No,
the Giants? I
They're
know
not winning
that.
with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I could see them being the Steelers. I like the Giants, but I don't think they'd be a wild card. I think that may be a shot to win that division if everyone's bad again. I don't think they're going to be a wild card.
I think if I'm
What's the other division? North, South. We already went through those.
Say we give it to the Bucks. I mean, it's just I don't think the Saints are going to be that great, but some people might. So
Their defense might make them somewhat contenders. Kind of. Who else is in the Panthers and the Falcons? Seeing them contending.
I think there's a real possibility that
three.
we make it.
I think 3 can make it.
I think 3's perfect. Yeah,
If
that's a lot though. That's no injuries for any team.
I was gonna say if the Niners stay healthy.
I mean, if the Cardinals win one more,
No,
they
that
win.
was
Niners.
Nice.
Nice round. So we're one away from being
Right,
3.
2.
If the Cardinals win the game,
That's the problem is that we all beat up on each other.
Everyone's record is like 1-1 against all the teams in our division.
I think
Who did the Seahawks?
I think the West has 2 more years of dominance, and I think we go back. I think
I don't even
we
know
might be
who
the best
are.
division of football right now. And I think
Yeah.
after that, after Stafford,
Our home schedule is really fit. We have, besides the team in our divisions, we have the Bears, Lions, Jaguars, Titans, Saints at home. I like that. I think that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Away we have away is pretty tough. Packers, Vikings, Texans, Colts, football team, Steelers.
I thought it's Steelers week 17, right?
Mhm.
kill him.
I kind of like that. I don't think the Steelers
I think it was
are that
we
good.
always
play them late. It's better.
We'll definitely lose to the Packers.
They'll be
They're
11
probably
they'll be
losing
11
Colts.
0, and then
Colts will be.
I can see that in our white uniforms in that like dome. And just getting killed.
The Colts.
Yeah.
What did the economy fans say?
Colonels have made a lot of moves.
There's so much old guys.
Yeah, they signed a bunch of old guys. Exactly. 30 and above. Take 'em.
Well, what, Dad or Derek? What do you think? What do you think the record is? Comment the record.
How they can hear you compared to us.
Probably better.
Yeah, probably a lot better.
Ringing their ears.
Yeah, Reed's probably screaming at me every time he talks.
That's when he turned around.
Okay. Should we do what? Should we do road trip snacks? Do we want to do anything else? I'm not. How are we gonna do this road trip snack thing?
I say we draft it. I think I don't
Okay.
like the list because
That's such a long draft.
I wouldn't do enough.
I say we do 2 picks.
2 picks?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, start it.
You start. You're going on a road trip. You go into a gas station, not just the regular gas station,
Okay.
one of those big gas stations where there's everything available.
The ones with the extra
Like the one on the
stuff
corner right there.
Yeah,
All right,
everything.
This is the basic, but I just like the
We'll go this way.
I just
Yeah,
like the
clockwise,
cheese.
clockwise.
This way.
Clockwise.
This is basic, but cheese it snack mix. I think that
Cheese
is
snack mix?
Yeah.
Not the one like the pretzels.
Yeah, all that.
Mine can be like kind of annoying, but I'm gonna go with sunflower seeds.
Nice.
Yeah, we have how many bags of sunflower seeds do we have in our car?
Three.
Would you spit them just out the window or you
Yeah,
cock
yeah,
it?
yeah.
You gotta be responsible.
You look kind of cool doing that too.
It's almost like you're dipping, but you're not.
Nah.
It's responsible.
But it seems responsible.
But Comedy Fence thinks the Cardinals wins.
27.
That's kind of, we said 10.
I hate that messes me up.
Yeah, 10-7 sucks saying that.
That sounds a
Good as that
lot
okay.
worse.
9-8 sounds weird too.
But
No more 500.
8-9.
No, you
Cool.
can go 8-1.
Oh, you're up.
I got 2.
They said another thing, Reed.
I think one could be on the back.
Dark chocolate Milky Way.
I like
That's
that.
his name.
I'm gonna go peach rings.
Peach rings, that's a good one. Peach rings, that's a good one.
I don't think that'll make it too.
Wait, hold on. I'm not prepared at all. Mitch, go ahead.
I think granola bars.
Wait,
Chewy or
kids?
crunchy? Chewy or crunchy?
What?
Chewy or crunchy?
What granola bars?
Yeah.
Oh, just like
Like Quaker?
yeah.
Dipped or no?
Like chocolate covered ones.
either.
Well, okay,
Good.
you have a school store. You picking the dipped or the non dipped?
Dipped or not?
Were you picking the dipped or not?
That's a
dipped?
great
don't
pick.
know.
I like the granola bar.
Yeah, it's granola bars in general.
Chocolate chip, non-dip.
You like big ones?
Big ones? You like big ones?
What kind of granola bars?
Okay,
airport
let's
Toblerone.
say there's 2 boxes. One's dipped, one's not dipped. Which one are you taking?
Granola bar.
Granola bars.
Okay,
You're taking both of them.
You said just granola bar?
I literally said
You
I
take all of
like in general.
Bro, I
By
don't
the
know.
shelf.
Okay.
Respect.
All right, Jackie.
I'm gonna choose a Rain energy drink.
Oh my
God.
I have to do that.
That's not a snack.
Yes, that counts. A drink counts.
Right energy drink.
I have to take.
Hey,
If I'm going on a road trip, I have to. Hashtag.
This has to be a sponsor.
Okay, I'll do a bang energy. I need an energy drink with more than 200 milligrams of caffeine.
All right, wait. Let's choose something that you can eat, not drink.
No, I like
No,
that.
that's fine.
No,
That's
it's
fine.
fine.
Get
Also,
outta here.
you have to stand in his shoes. He drove like 10 hours. This
Thank
weekend.
you. That's true.
When you're driving, caffeine is If I'm
Hey,
a
we don't
passenger,
need
I
a
don't
science
know.
lesson. We don't need a science lesson.
What
I was
are you
swinging a
talking
miss.
about?
I was swinging a miss.
Yeah.
He's horrible.
He was-
Math, if
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, anything, man.
I need to think about this. My next drink. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go. I only got like 3 bags on the way here, so I'll go sour skin.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, steak.
Yeah.
Well,
What's
then Eli goes.
Eli, you got 2 picks for it.
Toothpicks?
I don't want healthy road trip snacks. I just need road trip snacks.
Road trip snacks. You know, I'm gonna go with a good trail mix.
Yeah, that's good.
I like the trail mix. I know you wouldn't find it at a gas station, but I just want to say Kirkland. Well, you can find it at a gas station, but Kirkland trail mix is my favorite
First one, yeah.
because you get a big old
Like with
bag.
M&Ms.
Huh?
Yeah.
The almond
M&Ms, almonds, cashews, peanuts, raisins. I don't like the raisins, but the raisins mix it with everything else.
I don't like the peanuts. I like the raisins better.
You
than
like the
M&Ms.
peanuts?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I like the cashews, raisins, and M&Ms. I'll eat the peanut, but I'm not like. I think it's a bad bite.
You're the most interesting.
You don't like you don't like raisins? Raisins are good.
Here's the thing. I
I never
don't
said.
like the raisins, but the raisins, like, if you don't have the raisins, it's like really salty. Like, you need the raisins in there.
I think you have a big scoop. You don't.
Yeah.
I like a big scoop.
Yeah, I like an
That's
even
fair.
scoop with a little bit of everything. All right. Okay, so trail mix, and then we go with the Arizona iced tea.
Oh, but Jack Quick's an energy drink.
That's the most started.
How is that annoying?
I said Arizona. Everyone's like, okay.
No. I want to know what's so different about his.
It's not nothing.
I think
Hey,
it's
yeah,
no,
yeah,
I think it's that you broke the barrier
Yeah.
for beverages,
Yeah, yeah.
and everyone was like, all right, I guess.
And you chose that beverage. Like it was
Hey, man,
the
we're gonna
rain
talk about
energy
the-
drink.
You
Sure,
tried
we're
to
to say rain.
You couldn't say this is energy drink.
What's that mean?
You can't talk
Say
about
rain.
you broke the barrier today.
It's not bad. It's nothing special.
Can't talk about
Today's a
it.
day for breaking barriers, I guess.
Yeah,
My second.
That's what we do on the Game Chat podcast. We break barriers.
That was a difficult
A
conversation.
couple of barrier breakers.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson Day.
What we got?
Gotta limit drinks or you have to stop too often. That is very
That's
true.
true.
Hey,
But that's
hey.
why you get. Okay, go ahead.
That's a good excuse to stretch out your legs.
You want the energy drink because it is. You can't just down an energy drink. You have to sip on the energy drink so the caffeine settles into your body. If you're chugging the energy drink, that's bad.
Jack would know.
I do
He's a
that.
professional.
I am a great road trip driver.
Really do is for professionals.
Is it Brandon? Or
Yeah.
you again?
Man, I'm gonna go with the chip. Let's go with the honey barbecue twist by Fritos.
That's a
Haven't
great
had 'em.
pick. It's a good
Those
one.
are my favorite.
They're
Never had that
awesome.
before.
They're awesome.
Okay, I'm also gonna go a similar route to Brandon. I'm gonna go Dots pretzels.
Nice.
Mm.
Nice. Those are amazing.
You're gonna go bang energy drink this time.